Okay, guys, so we are still working on argumentative text. This week, we're gonna kind of just look at passages. You're gonna do a lot of it on your own, and then we're gonna go into finding the reasons why the author picked his claim, or reasons that support his claim that they write. So let's review real quick. What is an argumentative text? The author is when an author writes an argumentative text, he is writing to persuade or convince the reader to do something, think or believe something, or try to change your mind. Okay, so our two main words, guys, is persuade and convince. And so these are the things that a argumentative text is going to have. A claim. The author's a claim is the author's opinion on the topic. This is what the author wants the reader to do, think, or believe. Okay, and then when he states his claim, he's going to give reasons, evidence, and examples to support his claim. Okay, and we're going to talk about finding those in the passage this week. Okay, so we also talked about the structure of an argumentative text. So we know that it has an introduction, and this is where you're going to find the author's claim. It has a body, and this is where the author is going to give reasons to support his claim, and it's going to come in either facts, quotes from experts, or examples. And then we have a conclusion, and the conclusion is where he's going to end with restating his claim again that sums up the argument. Okay, and guys, it's called an argumentative text because think about when you were writing your opinion writing last week about Team Ant or Team Kin. So that's kind of like an argument. So a lot of you picked Team Ant and a lot of you picked Team Kid. So whoever picked Team Ant, your argument was why the kid shouldn't smush him. And then if you were Team Kid, your argument was why the kid was. So it's called an argumentative text because not everybody's going to feel the same way. And so it's kind of like an argument if you were to be in person and you were like, well, no, I think you would share your opinions to each other. So it could get into an argument because y'all have different views, different opinions about things. Okay, so you're going to need the handout, and I know I didn't put any dates on these handouts, guys. Kind of just slipped my mind when I was doing it, so you're just going to have to really pay attention to the videos and look at the PDF that I put on there to figure out what handouts you're going to need this week. This one is called the most important meal of the day, and it is stapled. And I did kind of put them in some kind of order that you could follow. And so I'm going to read this article and see what it's about. And as I'm reading, I want you to see if you can find the author's claim. So the title is called The Most Important Meal of the Day. I am always so hungry when I wake up. That's why eating a large breakfast is one of the first things I do. It's my favorite meal of the day. I think every kid should eat breakfast every single day. First, breakfast foods are delicious and filling. You can't beat a full plate of eggs, bacon, pancakes, and a river of syrup. When I want a little something extra, I add some fruit and a smiley face to my plate of pancakes. These hearty foods keep your taste buds satisfied and your stomach full until lunch. Fueling your tank in the morning keeps you going throughout the day. I never hear my stomach growling during class on days that I eat breakfast. I think being hungry would make it very hard for me to focus on anything but food. I think about it enough as it is. If you don't eat breakfast, you won't get the energy you need throughout the day. Kids need to eat a big breakfast because they are still growing. Kids need a lot of food because they need to have energy for growth on top of the energy they need for daily activities. Starting the day with a big breakfast helps supply the body with that energy. Protein helps our muscles grow and calcium keeps our bones healthy. So we should make sure those two things are a part of our meal. Breakfast is a tasty way to give your body the energy it needs for the day. That's why it's the most important meal of the day. especially for kids. Okay, so what I want you to do is, if you have a colored pencil or even a crayon, I want you to get 3 different colors. It doesn't matter what color they are. So if you have a matte pencil, a marker, a crayon, any of those would work. 3 different colors. It doesn't matter what color they are. We are going to first find the introduction in our paragraph. Okay, so pick one color, and our introduction is at the very top of our paper. It is actually, before we do that, let's take your pencil and let's number our paragraphs. So this, if it is indented, that means it kind of goes in. That's the start of a paragraph. So this is paragraph number 1. And if you notice, this one goes in and there's a space. So that's paragraph 2, paragraph 3, paragraph 4, and paragraph 5. So it's important that we number our paragraphs, guys. That way we know how many paragraphs we have. And if you're answering questions and they say, go back to paragraph 2, you know where to look. So our introduction is actually the very first paragraph of our reading. So I want you to take your crayon, your marker, your colored pencil, and I want you just to draw a box around the first paragraph. Okay? And then I want you to label it. So I'm going to kind of draw like a little arrow going down here, and I'm going to put introduction. That is our introduction. Okay. Now I want you to grab another color, and I want you to, we're going to look for the body, because remember, we have an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. So let's look for the body. Now the body is where, in an argumentative text, is where it's going to give us our reasons. So paragraph 2, 3, and 4 are actually the body of our reading. So I want you to go ahead and box that in the best you can. Maybe kind of hard to do it. Okay, so that is our body. That's where the author is going to give us the reasons of why to support his claim. So I'm going to write here, I'm going to write body. Okay. So you should have the introduction, the body, and then the very last paragraph, which is paragraph 5 for us, is going to be our our conclusion. And this is where the author is going to restate his claim and then kind of close his argument up. So get another color and just kind of box in that. Okay. And then we're going to label it. So this right here is our conclusion. Okay, so we have our introduction, we have our body, and we have our conclusion. Okay, so your job today, so we're going to use this article for today and for Tuesday, tomorrow. Okay, so your job is, this is stapled, so I want you to turn it over. So, it says, analyze the structure and characteristics of an argument text to evaluate the author's claim. Record your findings below. So, the only things I want you to fill out today are, you are going to tell me the title. Okay. you are going to tell me the author. And the author is going to be in the corner over here. You're going to tell me the author's claim. So I want you to go back into the introduction, highlight or underline the claim, and then write it over here. And then I want you to tell me who is the intended audience. Who did the author write this for? Okay, so who is like more likely the readers? So last week we talked about how the author will write in clue words to kind of talk about the intended reader. Okay, so you're going to tell me the title, author, author's claim, intended audience. This part will be for tomorrow. Okay, so this is going to be Monday. Okay, this part right here where it says what reason, evidence, or examples did the author give us, that's going to be Tuesdays. We're going to talk about that on Tuesday. This right here is going to be Tuesday. Okay, so Monday, Tuesday. So for today, title, author, author's claim, intended audience. That's what I want you to submit in for today for me to look at. All right, guys.